Hi everyone, welcome back to Budget to Freedom. Today I will be discussing my 2025 financial goals and how I'm going to glow up financially this year. If this is something that you're interested in, please keep watching.
See, baby, I'm debt free. Me and my family aligned to live abundantly. Just take it from me. That's how we do it. Budget to freedom.
I'm excited to share my roadmap for 2025 for my financial goals. First, let's just reflect a little bit on 2024. But this year for me was all about starting my debt-free journey back up, building better habits, sticking to my budget, growing my emergency fund. While I did hit some big milestones in my last video, I did share with you that I have paid down my student loans to under $20,000 and was able to complete some savings challenges, some no spend. The biggest one for me was just getting back started on my debt free journey. But there's always room for improvement. One thing that I have learned throughout the years of being on this journey is progress over perfection. So let's just start off with my goals. I am working out of the Wealth Foundation my budget planner, and I am going to be putting in my goals for 2025 on my SMART goals template. I like the SMART goals because you're just not listing the goals, but you're also making sure that they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And I'm just going to fill out my goals today, and then off camera I'm going to go in and fill out like the other sections as far as the achievable part, measurable, and relevant. But my main goal and focus for 2025 is going to be paying off debt. So I for sure want to make sure that I pay off my student loans, right? So pay off student loans. Debt is my number one goal and priority financially this year. And excuse me. So I had a time frame from a year to a year and a half to 2 years. And that is just dependent upon how much I can make on my side hustles if I get another job to increase my salary. So there's a lot of things that could personally depend on. But if I do not pay 100% off my debt this year, I definitely want to make sure that I am at least down to 15K. So that's the goal for me with debt is paying, and I'm at about, I think it was 56,000. So I want to pay off my student loans, which is part of that debt, and pay it down to 15K. Okay. Alrighty. So my second goal is going to be to build my emergency fund. Currently, I have about 2 to 3 months saved, and I want to at least build it out to 6 months. My goal is to have a year of emergency funds set aside for 1 year, but I do understand that that's going to go in phases. But for me personally, my emergency fund is just as important in paying off debt. I was laid off for 7 months, so I understand how important an emergency fund is. I know a lot of people out there say like save $1,000 first and all that. That just won't work for my personal situation, and that's why it's personal finances, right? Because you have to know what is right for your specific situation in your finances and where you are. So the emergency fund is really, really important to me, just because my job, I work in corporate, and it is not a secure job at all. Life is unpredictable, and having that cushion gives me peace of mind. To do this, I'm committing every time I get paid, I will be putting money towards my emergency fund. And I think I'm going to like close all my sinking fund binders for this year and just strictly focus on these two things, paying off debt and building emergency funds. But I'm still trying to work through that and how that would look. So for me, number three, I want to have a no spend month every quarter. And that will leave me with 4 no spend months for the year of 2025. I seen how beneficial me doing no spend November was. I am also doing another no spend in January to start off the year. but it helped me so much with paying off some student loan debt and paying off debt. So I want to make sure that I continue to do that. Number five or number four is going to be at least read one financial book a month. I also started back reading my financial books in on No Spend November because I had more time. So I want to read one, financial book a month. That will end with 12 for the year. Now I could read two if I want to, or if I want to just read maybe a book on like self help or something like that, that means that I will have to read two books for that month. But I want to make sure that I am focused on my financial um, books for this year. Number five is I need to create a trust and establish a will. I don't have a whole bunch of assets, a whole bunch of money, but I do have some land. Me and my sister own some land in North Carolina in the mountains, right outside of Asheville. We want to put that in the trust. We want to put some other things in the trust. Like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of assets. I have a paid off car that I will put in the trust, but I do want to create a trust and will, and also make sure that I have beneficiaries on all of my accounts. So my bank accounts, I know I have it like on my insurance and things like that. All right, so that's important for me for this year. Number six is going to be side hustles. Okay. So side hustles, I started doing Uber Eats. I'm going to continue to do that because that is going to play a key role with me being able to put more money towards debt, since I have a pretty large goal of trying to get down to 15K from about 56 right now. Budget to freedom. So I am going to spend more time on my business, getting the website up, making sure that I post more, that I have more videos. All right. And then also I am working on, my sister and I are both, we're working on an app. So it's currently in the process of being built. We designed the whole app. We did that phase, but the next phase is for it to start doing like the back end coding. And this is not something that is going to make me money like this year or 2025, but this is going to be one of my main side hustles and businesses that I am working on to get out of corporate. So to start making money while I'm still working corporate so I can make that transition out of corporate. Excuse me. So I have to make sure that we have enough money and set aside enough money to continue to pay on that, to pay that off. And we just applied for a grant. So we're hoping that we can get a grant. We won't know until February, but that is part of one of my side hustles right now. And then just finding new side hustles as well, because since that is not going to be generating money right now, it's not necessarily a side hustle for like 2025 that's going to help me and contribute to paying off my debt. Alrighty, the next one is going to be I want to contribute to my HSA account. I have not been doing that. I do contribute to my 401k. I don't have it maxed out. That is a goal for me once this year is over and I pay off all my debt. Right now, I am just matching what my employer contributes. Also put a little bit towards my my IRA account. So I want to make sure that I'm contributing to my health savings account because that's really important too. With getting older, I want to make sure I have some money set aside for that. And it's not going to be a lot. Nothing at this point right now while I'm still paying off debt. I'm not maxing out anything right now at this point. Okay. And I want to start the process for NACA. I do not want to buy another house till I am debt free. But with NACA, the process could take a year, it could take 6 months, it could take a year and a half. You never know. I don't want to start it till towards the end of 2025 or mid 2025, just because I want to make sure that I have the debt paid down or off. And I have watched a lot of YouTube videos, and they say that's one thing that they are really big on is just making sure that your debt to income ratio is down and you have some savings and things like that. So when I start, I want to make sure that I already have a lot of things in place. But my goal for a NACA home is to be able to have the closing costs paid for, a lower interest rate, a lower mortgage, to live there for, 2 years or so, and then refinance. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 years that you have to keep the NACA loan, but then refinance it to a traditional mortgage loan, so I could buy my other home. We can buy our other home, which is going to be like our forever home, but we'll have this as an income property. So that is the goal and why I want to start this process now. So the last goal is going to be, I want to go over all my different budgeting methods that I do now, and I want to switch some things up. So I'll probably make a video on this, but I want to really explore which budgeting method works best for me. And it will probably be a combination of a few different ones. Like, I'm going to cash stuff. I know I'm going to make sure that I am budgeting every paycheck or every week. But there's other, they have like the 30-50 rule and all these different rules. So I just want to make sure that I learn more about all of the budgeting methods so I can make a combination and a plan for which ones work best for me. All right, so budgeting methods. All right. I mean, then besides these goals, I am also going to just be making sure that I continue to be responsible, disciplined, consistent, um, lower my expenses, be mindful of my spending. Like, all these things are habits that I'm going to be putting under like each main goal for me to accomplish it. But those are things that I just want to, it's not necessarily a goal. Those are things that I want to make habits and make routines out of and just make it part of my normal day-to-day life. So I'm going to make another video also on, I have like my short-term, mid-term, long-term financial goals in phases. Personally, these are going to be my short-term goals because these are everything that I want to accomplish in 2025. So that is considered a short-term goal. So once I have this financial foundation really set, I definitely want to make sure that I start investing more and diversifying my income streams and have multiple income streams and be able to max out my 401ks and all that. But that's going to come a little later. That's going to be my midterm goals after this is complete. All right, so these are my 2025 financial goals and how I'm going to glow up financially in 2025, because once I'm debt free, it's something I've been wanting to accomplish for a few years. No one is going to be able to tell me nothing. Okay. But these are my 2025 goals. What do you think? Let me know your top financial goals in the comments, or what you want to accomplish financially in 2025. Remember, every small step counts in this journey. It is a unique journey and personal to yourself. So make sure that you tailor your journey to yourself. Get things from other people, but that might not work for you. So kind of tailor it and craft your plan, what works best for you. Let's make 2025 the best year, financial year that we have ever seen. And let's do this together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more budgeting, personal finance tips. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.
Budgets of freedom. That's how we do, that's how we do. Budgets of freedom.